And now to apply heat shrink to protect the cables, we'll cut off an appropriate length of heat shrink for both ends of the cable. We'll open up the cable so we can slide the heat shrink along all the way so we can get to the other side. Where it should fit nicely. Now we can use our wire cutters to cut off some pieces of hot glue. These we can place inside the heat shrink so that it all melts together to create a hard joint which won't break off easily. Just cut off some pieces of hot glue, like so. Now we can place these alongside the wires. Push them in all the way so they can get in a few of them. Like so, and then we can use the lighter to package this all, shrink it together. We should heat enough so that there you can see the glue, hot glue is being squeezed out while the heat shrink is shrinking. You can very gently remove some of the hot glue, which has been squished out. This should now create a nice solid connector. If we remember from before, the black pin was on the outside so that we can do marking the cables so that we can see which goes where. So on this one we can write up, and with the black wire on the inside of the router we can write up on that one too. First we'll cut some more glue. Like so. Put the heat shrink over the connector and put the glue inside the connector. Now we need to remember, either we need to remember or we need to measure later which pin is the black one, so we know, does it go this way or does it go the other way? So if we just take a quick look, the black pin is now on the upper pin. So I'll remember that, and we'll heat the heat shrink. There, now the cables have been heat shrinked and are protected from mechanical folding and bending and everything. And now, while remembering which pin goes where on the contact, ground is the upper pin and this is the upper pin, so we can write up on this side of the cable so we can't connect it incorrectly. Likewise, we'll do the same on the UART adapter. Here ground and TX and RX are in this area, so if we were to plug the cable like this, it would be correct. So we'll write up here too. Now it's obvious how the cable should be connected for a correct connection.
Last, we're going to test the connectivity. But first we need to figure out which COM port the USB adapter will receive. So we'll plug it in. And here we can see it's been assigned number 3. Now we're going to open a terminal, specify the correct serial line, which we already prepared, and also note the speed. Next, plug in the power to the USB. And hit open. Here we can see it works, but we also need to check that the transmitter works. So we need to wait for a shell. We can try to input. And here we can see that it sends correctly. Yeah. Obviously it's the wrong password, but we can see that it works. And that concludes the series, and we have a working prototype.